1 loss will be important for them. And we'll see as the course of the day goes how they adjust coming in. But to get a win today and avoid falling down 0-2, we've already seen that. Have some strong teams here like G2 yesterday. And it'll be NRG starting things off into A. Mata wasting no time at all, prancing about, waiting for someone to show their head as the rest of KRU close in.
They're very fast on this rotation already. The entirety of KRU here ready to refight.
Door opens, but a wall still in their way. Kiko revealed and silence less. They're just carving at the moment. Quickly equalized by NRG as the door closes once again. And Scuba creeps forward. He has to fall. 2 players in his eyes. MW Zera, beautiful for 2. And now Brock with 20 HP, put into the corner. That's a collapse shot almost, but it's KRU to take the round.
Yeah, if less sidesteps a little more to his left there, that would have been a lineup. But not to be this time. That was something KRU was doing really well in the entirety of their Sentinel series. These very fast rotations into refights for A lobby control. It was very rare they were actually really fighting for this space. Instead, pretty consistently going for these plays. And again, the execution is just really good, swinging off each other well. Some nice individualism from the players to hit quick shots, and an early win for KRU.
I think one of the things that impressed me on this map for KRU was how Silence dominates his side of the map, whether that's receiving hit of 5 players by playing more passively when he doesn't have support, or he'll often take some forward lines. Here we go, he's shutting down Mata. Mata, who had some attempt to try and get into the site. The rest of the team was stuck behind the wall, and now as they filter in, Silence is still here waiting for it. Has called 4 players in to support him. And NRG just sort of trapped here, getting tickled by the mollies, and now shot down by less. This KRU fully contained, and Scuba's going to make a quick dash over towards A.
Kiko will pick up the Bucky, and he's good at that range for a kill. Still, 3-on-1, Scuba's low. Spike plant's going to be good for NRG, but should be absolutely no way he gets more. If I'm NRG and I'm looking at this game, I think one of the big things to approaching KRU's defense is providing pressure and looking for the push on the other side. They are incredibly proactive at how they aggress. That round, it was a push into B off the contact in C. A lot of this game is going to come down to re-clearing that space.
NRG flush out the site, or get flushed out of the site rather. As KRU come in.
Yeah, wasn't much left to flush with Scuba's HP.
Certainly not. Now, I do think it's important to see how NRG react to KRU's rotations on the map, because KRU's calling, I thought, was excellent in that previous matchup. They had the reads almost all the time, and a lot of that's going to come down to how effective NRG's lurks can be at getting information. Yeah,
it's interesting too, because this is the first time we've seen NRG play this map. You know, it just got re-added into the pool, but it's been a while since Lotus was in, and I think there's a lot of new things to answer. I, for one, love the way they've gone with this composition. Obviously, it is the standard, looking like the meta that the majority of teams are picking, but seeing Mata on Neon was kind of the missing piece for me in their last game. I agree with the desk. I did not love the Waylay that they were still playing on Pearl. I think the Neon would have found more value. This is a great map for Mata to show how good he can be on that agent.
Well, NRG have the guns now. It's a different setup for KRU. 3 players up in mid while it's Sawdock trying to stall out this hit. Mata doesn't even care. He was paranoid. Did not matter. Now Scuba getting ready for this walk down up B. Very good control out from NRG, although Dante will get the kill. He'll have to move back and join up with his team.
KRU already putting so much pressure. That fast flank was contained, but now they'll try and react, fight towards front. MW in trouble.
Lord.
1 HP on Mata, but it's enough to get the job done.
High octane gameplay. That's what Mata's given us. It's an interesting idea out from KRU, but Mata didn't even flinch in the midst of that utility getting thrown his way.
Gotta go.
A great little crossfire setup. It's kind of surprising Dante even gets the kill, but NRG will find themselves on the board.
They will. Very good punish onto Sawdock that round. I think he got a bit greedy after getting blinded, sticking around there. You see here, insta-flash, he's trying to TP away, but it's just a little bit too late. Scuba is going to be the most important player in this half for NRG because of what we're talking about with how proactive KRU is at pushing the opposite side that they're pressured and how willing they are to take those brawls. means your extremity player has to be on point, has to get those punishes like he did in round 3.
Well, last time it was just an Omen on Mound. This time KRU have 3 players ready to fight. Early utility being exchanged, and the spam out from Brock. That'll be nice on the Odin. Now Prowler spots out Sawdock. Mata is excellent on it. And this Mound fight goes completely awry for KRU. There's still some utility behind it, but they've been forced out of the space entirely.
Silence is still here, has util up, but NRG, they're patient. Freeze, get the orb.
Careful here.
Make sure they're not getting flanked before they make a decision.
Kind of surprising. Usually you lose the pistol in round 2 and you're the team that's slower to unlocking your ultimates, but you can see Brock already has his. Scuba's just one off now on the Viper as well. That comes down to the fact that NRG have done well to try and get plants down these last couple of rounds. Had a clean previous. And now, just fully grouping back together with 4 players to advance into C. Learn what this Vi setup is going to look like in future rounds, because it is the more common side of the map where Silence end up playing.
And it is worth noting that, well, we've talked a lot about how good Neon is right now. Vice is a pretty bad matchup for her. That's why so many more teams, at least part of the reason, so many more teams are starting to pick up that agent again. Those Thorns can full stall you out, make it so you can't get that same effect out of your slide. The wall will pretty much always cut you off from your teammates, and when you don't have a Yoru behind you, there's not someone who can TP in besides that Omen to actually help you out.
Yeah, it puts a lot more pressure on Mata to actually win the one-on-one on site, because oftentimes it will just be Silence holding down the fort. Or once you start to learn where that wall ends up being, you can get a timing through, you'll all jump in, or as you're saying with the Omen, you go for those teleports too. There are some layers you can add, but only if those setups look fairly similar round to round.
And I will say, from the amount we got to see in the Sentinels game, Silence, of course, was changing his setup around some. There's quite a different little variance you can do based off how your opponent is pathing. All comes down to the mind games around C. But that all matters a little bit less when the game is just getting flipped on an early fight like this. Second time KRU have gone for an aggro C play, second time they've been punished here.
Yeah, this early fight went very nicely for NRG.
Judge is getting max value on this Neon. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
It's a great point,
Wait
Ethan.
a second, Ethan. He might be onto something.
He just discovered
You can just
this.
buy a Judge on Neon.
Oh my god.
Huh. Revolutionary from the
champion.
IGL of the year last year. Really figuring things out, and it looks like we might need to figure something out too.
Here?
It was too revolutionary, the idea.
Yeah.
Ethan must be silenced. No one can find out how strong Neon is with the Judge.
It's true. We'll see how long this one's gonna take.
You got any theories? I saw Scuba playing with his hair.
Yeah. I don't think that's
You don't
the
think it's
cause.
hair related?
No.
Okay.
I would say that's likely unrelated. I was going to, you know, take the tune instead to talk a little bit about if this is going to give us a preview of the future. Because I would love to just see Mata one-for-one the Neon into their Pearl comp. I would like to see him play it on more maps. I think that he's one of the players, in my opinion, that when he was playing solo Waylay, remember, everyone else was playing Waylay Yoru. He had great intuition of how to path to create pressure and then freeze and refight once his teammates pressure the other side. And I think that is the core of what makes a good Neon player. It is not you full sending, 100% committing, winning the one-on-one. It is creating space, creating chaos, waiting for your team, and then taking that opportunity to then follow up. That kind of ping pong is really tough to hit. It's what players like Dombi are so great at. And I really believe that Mata can rise to that level with more and more time on this agent.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him rise to level on Waylay as the pioneer last year on what ended up being one of the strongest agents in the game at the end of 2025. Me personally, I kind of wish that Jet was a little bit more relevant for a guy like Mata. I remember him tearing up the server on that back in the day. But we are jumping back into round 5. Things are all tied up, and, well, KRU carried over a couple of guns from the last round, but it's a bit broken out from them. NRG have 5 players right on the other side of this wall, and KRU are going to be well aware of that fact now.
Yeah, similar setup. We're off pressure. They could go for a re-clear play. But this time, NRG just put that pressure and look to back away.
Go, go, go.
They don't leave an imped, though.
No, choosing to stay grouped together. Maybe as a result of knowing the buy is going to be a little bit off-kilter out of KRU. And truthfully, if they want to just commit the ultimate into it, they could go ahead and do that. That Vise ult, that is. Silence has stepped up, but is pinged out by a flash. That's what you'll see when the other team is stacking towards A. He'll take the forward line, and he's called some rotates over. They're getting exploited now. Yeah,
this is good. KRU, they're very fast to rotate off that presence, especially their Neon. Dante is almost always going off the first piece of information. Here they toy with them a little bit, bait out the reclear, and now go back into A, which is presently pretty open.
Well, Dante has moved in. Backside has some support behind it, but not the big guns just yet. These players getting tagged up by utility, turning their heads around. Mata already strikes his down. MW still backside. This is awkward. Les finds 2 kills. That's huge. All of a sudden, KRU have a chance to play this round. Les down on 17 HP, though. It is going to make it difficult unless Sadak can do something. He's picked up an Odin on the other side. Teleports away as Les falls. And eyes turn towards Sadak. This is a round where KRU were looking for damage, and as that hope starts to slip away, Sadak will see what he can do. Players ready to swing on the vision, doesn't even need the help. Kiko delivers the fatal blow.
Nice push-pull in that round from NRG. Something they've always been great at. I think that if you look back in history at some of the times where Ethan was previously playing on this map, this has always been a IGL that loves these kind of maps where you
had to do them like that.
Push-pull. Yeah. The replay team has been especially cool in stage 1. So.
And you know what? I like it.
Yeah.
Let's expose some people. Let's reveal the truth. What's actually going down.
Off-screen whiff. Now we're showing that.
Like we're watching whiffs even there too.
Yeah.
Going for the high on the entry. He has 5,500 in the bank for just 1 off of the ultimate, and also maybe having a read that KRU like to invest in the light armor makes the Judge pack way more of a punch.
I like the setup too. You know your opponent's going to be thinking of other things, so you just send it.
That's a scouting ultimate setting up for Mata. He was trying to capitalize off of that one if someone was revealed. What ends up meaning is he can go for it, slick through the wall. That's the kill. Now a pit to follow and push KRU out of this site.
Brock is still holding it down in main. It's any pressure on the other side difficult. This Viper's pit has completely bisected the players from KRU.
Yeah, if KRU want a chance back into the round, it should be this fight in B main that Brock will not even give over to Silence.
Even if they can win inside, there's still Brock in main. There's still the Neon tucked into blue.
I don't even know if KRU are trying for this one, really. 2 players now go into the site, but it's a last-second Steel Garden. As soon as KRU tried to do anything into the round, it's too little, too late from KRU. This round's over again.
Great change-up from NRG at the timeout.
Womp
After
womp.
conditioning this slower style, they speed things up, get a really quick hit onto B, and the value this Judge is finding is insane. Mata's at 7 kills. I think maybe one of those is with a rifle.
Yeah.
Catches a player blue off with that slide.
And that Judge's damage is highly variable.
Sure.
It's fair, but with light armors there, you can see that's just 1 pump kill.
Yes.
Sliding in at not even point-blank range. Super effective for Mata.
Before the match, I was watching over the players' PCs. Mata was warming up his Neon slides. He was just in the range, sliding back and forth, killing bots. Didn't need to warm up the Judge, evidently.
Just ridiculous. KRU really getting aggressive now. All the way through A, but there's 3 players holding back in spawn. It is a perfect read. Still Sadak for 2.
That works. That is crazy
wow.
for KRU.
NRG are now pinched back into C, where there's all of this utility. Still holding it down. Mata and Brock get into the site, but see how cautiously Silence plays. When he knows he has a big advantage, he takes it very timidly.
And this is a dream now for KRU. They already have players who can threaten a flank. They're grouped up towards spawn. They still have utility to get in, but Ethan gets a pick.
That could be a problem. Silence will take 1 player down as the rest of the reinforcements start to arrive. Mata worried about a flank now. Slides on through, catches him on the reload. Doesn't matter. Sadak again gets the job done. So Brock is just a sitting duck. I feel like every single fight there looks like NRG should have won, but somehow KRU have come out on top.
I need to see how Sada got those kills in spawn initially. I feel like they got away with murder this round. Just a stun slide, everyone's looking at the Neon, and he doubles up so well there. It's a really risky play to commit that deep that early. See the smirk come across his face as it doesn't let them easy round win.
Vamo, agreed. KRU have one plan there in that last round. That was run them down. Go, go, go. Pays off, but look, Mod is back to the judge again.
You know, he's been known as such a great opera on the waylay. Maybe he'll become the best judger on Neon.
We'll see. See how long he's allowed to keep doing that. Quickly prances over, clicks the switch on the door. NRG already into it. And now the Nightfall too. MW just trying to scurry on out.
They condition taking this space. Now they
my
do
God.
something with it.
They
He's
can't
still
hear him.
going.
Yeah, the deafen on the blood trail too. Samada gets all the way up. There's alert going down in mid as well. Brock might catch a timing. No utility in his way. They have no idea. And it's a new look. It's different. And it's coming at a bit of a delay. KRU are taking their sweet time. Steel Garden now to catch out everything, but one player drops in spawn. Now KRU have to worry about their 6 as well as what's exactly in front of them. KRU, Dante into the thick of it. And Sadak gets another. Sadak delivers once more.
No more forward.
Great shots from him, back-to-back rounds, but it's not over just yet. Kiko puts down some fire on the spike, but Silence is holding it down. He falls, and Sadak gets a third. Kiko pushed into the corner. Sadak, again and again, is good for the job.
So much of the excitement around Sada coming back was his IGLing, the way he would mold this team and bring something out of the young players around them. I think we've forgotten how sick he can be individually. In that Sentinels game, he was on point, and here it's a 3K in the previous round, into a 4K in this one, taking over. I did like that play from NRG, taking that same fast.
At least initially 5 players, but always the chance to leave an embed, like you were saying, over towards A and work the rest of the map. We'll see how things develop for NRG.
It's crazy. I don't think Vana has fought a rifle all half. Still on that judge. Still in this brawl. 5 strong to take A lobby again.
And the opening is fairly similar, right? Switch tapped, and they're just into tree once more. This time, KRU have nobody home whatsoever. Last time, Mata went all the way up the rope. Might have ideas to do the same. And they actually hold the orb. I think they're trying to pull. Let's just listen and figure out what they're doing.
Some tip it.
Trying to wrap outside right now.
Okay.
They're heavy stairs again. Same retake, guys. Same exact retake.
Okay.
Wait,
do I have anything to block street?
I can block main. I can block main.
Okay,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, one way scoot soon.
I'm just jump spotting.
No, smoke and 10.
One way, scoot, one way.
Run out main. Stun. In tree.
Tree.
Out front side.
I'm
In tree.
I'm sliding on scoot.
Nice.
One more outside.
Nice.
One outside. Walk Kevin. You will play. I'm playing default, okay?
What's going down?
Last player standing.
Nice try. It's all good.
Getting nuked in tree.
Another really nice retake there from KRU. 2 in a row where it's come into these 5-on-5s, and I think they find a similar strength. Brock got 2 kills holding it down towards main, but once these trades came through and the work that Dante did on site with that chaos puts them in a position where they can again pinch in late, trade each other out so well.
Sadak getting down to something serious. You know, Mimi, I was hanging out in Shopify Rebellion's Alexis co-stream yesterday after our cast. She informed me that in our series, every single time we listened to a team's comms, they ended up losing the round.
Is it a curse?
And it's just happened again. Now NRG are going for the 3rd time running this round back. KRU holding here again. We'll see if they can course correct after faltering in the last couple. Sadak catches a sweet angle.
I mean, that's different. KRU's always been playing retake. Now Sadak willing to brawl.
Also different than NRG. Don't just try to blitz on through. Now, quiet things down and creep back to see if KRU have stepped up in their absence.
And of course, on the far side, there's a player jiggling towards C, but KRU given up space. Instead, comfortable to re-clear off noise. If that button gets tapped, if a step gets made, a paranoia, a neon, all that is coming for you.
NRG are really trying to sell some presence over on C. Dropping down the smoke, they'll show Neon and Fade on this side of the map, but the Spike still hanging out. The Reclair comes in, Crew waiting for that one, and that's gonna be the Spike left out in the open. Great control from Crew, containing both extremities on the map, winning fights on both fronts. That's clinical.
It feels like they have no business winning both of those. You saw NRG was ready for that reclear. They were putting pressure on the other side, but despite that, Crew still win on the reclear, and they also have Les just pick it up in what was essentially a 1-on-2. Great anchoring from him. And I don't think Crew have really significantly changed his style. It's still a lot of the similar ideas as that Sen game, where they're almost always playing for aggressive reclears in A, where they're almost always posting players aggro on the other side. But it's still shutting NRG down here.
NRG allow Scuba to entertain the A side of the map while the rest of the team work C. It's a little bit of a deeper wall than in previous rounds. Mada's found it, pinged it, and they pop on 2 players through. Nice shot out from Ethan, catches Silence on the swing. And now NRG start to overwhelm. It's just Les here, really pushed into an uncomfortable situation. On both fronts contested.
That was very controlled by NRG. The way that they condensed onto that site. As all that was going on there, Lurker got a pick also, catching that reclear over towards A. For Crew now, they do have the money to go for this, try and deal some damage. With a reflank coming in a 2-on-5. Certainly looks grim.
I mean, ultimately, there's no reason not to. Just one more round left in the half after this. But with NRG falling so far away from the site, and the lurk on the way, Crew really have to find something soon. It's just not quite going to be there. MW will take the first one down, but as Scuba activates, and you got Mada sliding all around you. Might get a couple of kills for the highlight reel, but ultimately it'll be NRG bringing it back within 1.
Last round.
It was the early round success that they had towards C that got some lead going for NRG. And now they move back into it here. I like the way they approach that wall. Silence almost always plays one of 2 ways. He's either jiggling and playing very aggressive, or when he's falling, he's playing back and just fighting off utility.
I can't hit this dude. I can't hit this dude, bro.
So they realize once they push him off the line, they can then contact up to the wall, fight through it together, and then find a punish on that Soul Anchor.
One more last chance to fight things out here at the start of a round. But interestingly, NRG have the most passive approach they've had all half. Just hanging back towards spawn, seeing where the walk-up's gonna be. But unbeknownst to them, Crew keeping it rather contained for now.
Still jiggling on A. Sonic will actually post up on a more forward angle as NRG looks back towards Sniper's Pit. A chance to maybe pressure there and look to pivot back towards B late if they can pull rotates.
Still, I like that there is a Vise wall right in the center of this pit.
And I like that Crew aren't over-rotating to C. They're keeping a heavier presence on B off of that. You see, basically 4 players will be in position to fight if anything comes towards that site.
And it's because Sadak is still holding the forward line on A. He'll have an early idea if anyone's over here. It's been a while since NRG have thrown the Viper wall up either, so he hasn't been forced off the line. Finally will be, and as soon as the wall goes up, you see, he's ready for the paranoia. Dante moves over to him, so does Silence on the map, who are very quick to respond.
We're trying to give a gap, an opportunity for Scuba to get something B. Still nothing here.
Nightfall in.
The fake.
It's the pinch onto B. The Nightfall to fake it out, and now everything being thrown into this B site. Crew, a little bit on the delay, and you have no clue. Someone's wait. Different player, same team. Crew into the site now. Silence and Les absolutely striking things down, and as the planter dies, this is just a perfect round from Crew. Ridiculous. Out from them. Nice work.
Crew had great answers in that round. That pit was never actually pressured away towards C. And they never rotated off. They pretty much always had a very strong setup on B. That even when that A fake attempt came in, there were still players really close. You see Les immediately realizing that with A pressure plus a B pivot, he's likely going to have that chance to fight through the door again. This Crew team is giving great opportunities for their players to be proactive in these retakes, to push through and punish. But for NRG, It's a strong comp on defense as well, and an opportunity to see what they've cooked up here. What is their first bout in 2026 on Lotus?
Might be similar to what we saw on the attack side. Some brawls over A main. I like the jam. We're keeping it going into the pistol round. Keeping it calm here with DJ Mimi on the mic.
Toxins going up.
Wait, listen. Leave that to the pop group that's here already.
Les brings the wall down. Ooh, wait, he's just kind of doing this all on his own, walking forward.
We said Huck is here, but he's walking straight back into
no.
Mata.
Think he had the clear. If Mata has a rifle in hand, might have been able to spot it, but only with the pistol barrel. Tucks himself away, so first strike goes over to NRG.
KRU have players on these other side just waiting outside in main. And with the pop of that break door,
crazy.
They can try and contact back through. It is so slow. The entire team is just walking around the map.
My Neon is shift walking into C while my team is shift walking into B. KRU have done nothing noisy this entire round so far, yet somehow they have a plant. NRG sort of shrink back to play together. We got 4 guys ready to pop on out here. The relay bolt goes down. Mata flies on through and spins around 180 for the kill. Pistol is done.
Wow. I've been waiting for Mata Neon for a reason. That was nasty with the spin on the slide there. And just such a weird approach from KRU. Full contacting into that one. It's a reasonably normal position to play tucked behind that box, but just not suspected here by Les. I guess not feeling any pressure. He thought that may have been the side with the Senti that was that weaker side. That risk taken does not pay off. And NRG, you know one thing about them? They're good at converting their advantages. And 5-on-4, that's now both pistols won.
Back to a similar opening for them. Actually going all the way forward. The Sadok teleports into the corner. Interesting round open from KRU. A lot of presence on B and kind of just sending Sadok to see what he could do over on Rebel.
KRU have gotten a lobby control with pretty much no resources here.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're just working all 3 lanes back-to-back rounds. And that time it works on the Sealark. God, Les can really do some impressive stuff.
He's one of those players that you kind of have to give nothing to. Just give him his own lane, let him work. He's always been that way. I think one of the players that has played one role, one style so well for years. It still works.
KRU's Neon lurking again. This time flies on forward, just trying to hit the B site on his own. Dante will falter as the rest of KRU group back up to get the plant on C.
It will get them the plant. That's something. With the Sheriff or the Bandit, they might be able to pick up a couple more picks, do a little more damage
30 seconds
later
left.
in this round.
Yeah, you talk about NRG converting advantages. It's because whenever they're up in numbers, you see them just shrink together, bundle up, make sure they can always find a trade.
If you're playing Premier, playing with friends, want a team to copy when you're thinking about how to play defense, I think NRG is a great answer. Love playing the percentage, and that's exactly it. Triple swing towards spawn, 1-for-1 on silence.
W trying to get in front of that. Honestly, had a pretty decent timing there, as one player was switching over to the smokes, but Brock will have 4 kills onto the round and work himself halfway up to the Steel Garden. What?
Are you calling him W?
MW.
Oh, I just heard W. My head went somewhere else. 7-7 though. NRG tie it back up after a clean conversion off their pistol win. Something tells me that judge is going to get handed over to Mata now.
One enemy remaining.
Is this the theme for KRU? Both rounds now, they have full contacted around the map, put very little presence, and just tried to work their picks. Is that how they want to play this half, or do they have anything faster primed for us?
It's interesting, right? Because it is a full-on mirror matchup between these 2 comps, and there aren't
such different approaches, at least from these first couple rounds, right?
Definitely.
Because NRG, pretty much every round last half, had an early default that was something aggressive with the Neon.
Oh, wow. Mata just clears him like that.
I mean, that is aggression from the Neon. Just pushes up, reads Les's play, and the Viper's down again.
Yeah, and this is a true bonus out of NRG as well, so Big pressure into the second half. If KRU were to falter here, wreck their econ, as NRG start to snowball this half towards ultimates, towards the map win.
That's such a big player to kill. Normally, you're not allowed to just have someone holding this passive line on A because of the threat of the Viper wall going up. But now, that jiggle is highly effective with Viper dead, and he'll be able to get very early information for the rest of NRG to rotate.
Yeah, if you wanted to break it, now you'd have to use an Omen Orb. Oh my word, Silence! Good on that. There's still another player in the corner, though. Oh my, there's no way! Brock just steps right into him. Knows exactly where Silence is. Silence has done it on his own. Wall goes down. Mata's Guardian again connects to bring this down close. KRU have given themselves back the numbers advantage, but Mata is still in the picture.
MW's one shot to a Guardian or a Judge. This round is still scary.
And Mata's flexed himself all the way back into A. After seeing now Kiko on this side of the map,
This is a long flank.
Last player standing.
it's going to be less expected. MW was ready for it. Now Kiko realizes his chances in this round are dipping away. Silence just did such a beautiful job to equalize this round. Not just one, but 2 kills, locking it down on the lurk.
Yeah, and I thought this was looking so bad for KRU. They lost less almost immediately. NRG was stacked heavy towards the right side of the map, but that shot, just so quick, and he was not ready for Brock. But her to step, immediately flicks and punishes. I think he got really underrated after how poorly the end of 2G's stint went in the league. But he's really showed up on KRU, proved why he got a slot on this kind of next step.
The individual mechs on point. Good understanding of how to play as well, but KRU not wasting a breath here, fighting on forward. Sada delivers the first one. Mata's still dancing around. Only be shut out by the in-game leader. KRU yet to commit as they just swing right out into the open. That's NRG dropping the spike. Although Ethan will have to dodge away. His counterpart on the other side. Still advancing. Brock is shown on up, pulls away from the spray, back into it. There he is. Good for 2 in the round for NRG.
Such a Brock round. Jump peek around the corner, back in with the Odin to shore up that last kill. And it was such an advantage for KRU. They absolutely won out in this early A fight. Look at these picks here. Sidok trading out for 2. But what got NRG back in was this refight. 2 players caught in the open.
One
Bringing it back into an even situation.
They don't teach that shit. They don't teach that shit, bro.
Nice!
Yeah, not a lot of people are doing it like him.
So, KRU changed their approach. Have the spike and 4 players outside of B, but already NRG have shifted. They've got a great read on this hit. See how much it comes into play here. Both Neons going sliding on through. Dante first, and in the mess that is this B site, it is NRG slightly advantaged. Steel Garden primed. Pushes MW forward. I mean, he's just gone on a journey right now. Scuba seems to have some idea,
enemy remaining.
and will end up clearing the corner. That's great presence of mind out from him. Silence now realizing the B site is not open for business.
Thorns activated.
He wants to kill before he can try and do anything here. Will get the spike pulled down, but isolating that fight is
Charges.
going to be so difficult. NRG grouping up his 3.
Weighing on his mind right now, the odds of this clutch, whether or not the Steel Garden is worth using. In this position, no.
The blind is dead.
The clock working down. And Silence knows where they're coming from. Good smoke to play around, sees the barrel. Gets his kill. Silence can make a go of this yet. But as the double swing comes in, NRG just play it so nicely with numbers again to reclaim the lead.
We talk a lot about the individual impact that an Odin has, but I think one thing that is so underrated about that weapon is the pressure that it provides when you're already at an advantage. When you're in the position where you have to swing, you have to fight, you have to make the play, it is so difficult to swing into that weapon because you're going to get bullet tagged, you're going to get slowed, and he can just tuck slightly behind the wall and keep shooting. Makes it real difficult to fight back. And
Yeah.
I mean, Odin or not, Brock's having a hell of a game. 17-9.
He's loving things right now. Interesting, though, that after 2-round wins, Kiko still has a Sheriff in the inventory. Why not so wholesome? Now Mata falls onto the spam. Trap play gone awry. KRU returned to playing all 3 lanes at the start, Mimi.
Well, it's worked again to get a pick. Yeah, I'm trying to think about the Sheriff. I wonder if the idea was Mata ults late round, passes the gun.
Not quite sure how it went down, but end of the day, it means that only 3 guns alive for NRG now. Scouting ultimate sees Kiko, and it's great capitalization for the rest of the team. KRU are there.
Great reclear out of them. I love the timing of all of that. The ult comes in just a second before the haunt, and then the slide comes out. Look here, look here, look here. Oh, you're dead already.
Just so many things to think about, so many things to look at, to break.
And with no one taking a lick of damage, this is already a assured up round for KRU.
Oh yeah, just gorgeous. 2 heavy armors undamaged. So when you talk about these last few rounds in a close game where you know rounds are going to be traded back and forth, you're not going to be building up any sort of a good loss bonus or stable economy, having flawless rounds like this mean a ton in terms of trying to close out and win this one.
They do for sure. And also maintaining ultimates is big, right? The only thing they had to use to win this round was that Omen TP.
Shadows traveling.
I want to see back how they got that opening pick on Mata. I'm not sure if it was just a read and spam, or they maybe caught some glimpse to lead to them going for that spam play.
A lot of teams, when they just walk into Mound, are just going to go ahead and spam that box in case someone could be behind there. It could be as simple as that.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. Because you have the person all the way in the back line that's doing the spam as the rest of the team walks in. Catch them swinging out. This is the play where it's all those things to look at and break. And still, the Haunt is going to catch those 2 players because they were looking at the Omen first.
See some frustration from Mata. Didn't even really get to play that round. Now he's back to the judge, with an ult in hand, and this tells me it's going to be a brawl for A.
Yeah, Sodok's called a good half so far. Now looking for the fight right here. A big one, too. Relay Bolt traded out Silence to find the first, and Sodok not slowing down either. What a rundown out from KRU.
Insta double TP. He's going for more. Let's listen to KRU.
Céu um, guys. Céu a Viper.
Vou voltar, tá? Vou voltar esse cara e vou mandar. Não tomou, não
Não
tomou.
pegou ele. E o outro é o Jin, guys.
Plantei, velho.
Mano, planta uma ali pra seu aqui.
Sim, vamos.
Mano, vou tentar
Acho que eles insta jogaram escada, viu?
Sobe, sobe, sobe aí, sobe aí, sobe aí.
Pegou na ilha.
Player
Tá,
standing.
Escada?
Vai ser os 2. Acho que eles resetearam pro céu, viu?
Pode ser.
One enemy remaining.
Caralho, Leo! Caralho! Porra! Caralho!
Absolute precision out from MW Zera there for the Red Bull clutch. That was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it was so sick from him. Just watch these shots back. Thought the round was over when this unfortunate catch came through Dante on that bad timing. And he isolates these fights so well. The side step just goes a little too wide for Brock and shuts him down instantly.
Yeah, that is bad news for Comms Curse believers on that one. As KRU end up winning a round that they had no real business doing.
No, that was a big ultimates behind it. We'll stack 4 players towards the A side of the map. After calling their own timeout here. On the back foot for the first time this half.
Yeah, NRG choose to force up with whatever they can. Les, the only guy hanging out here, being allowed to do a lot. That's a pit down, getting chased out by the Prowler, somehow alive on 69 health.
Look how long he stayed there. Wanted to see if he could catch someone just playing towards the edge of that pit.
It's crazy too. Big risk for him to hang out like that.
After taking this space energy, activate elsewhere. A bit of a re-clear towards B. Rotations to bolster the defense on the C side as well. And against a Vise, against a Viper, a full hit through main is very difficult.
This is a hard round to solve because you have Viper and Vise still with their util that you have not dealt with. Now down to 50 seconds. difference for KRU is there is a Steel Garden ready to go. Especially with where NRG are playing on this site. Hard for Mata to escape from it. KRU have now seen the wall, teleports in, 2 players enter this fight. It's about to be a bloodbath. No one has any clue. The stuns are brutal. And it's Dante on top. Kiko swings out into the open, and he's going to be dealt with. So now it's Dante's turn to get active back into spawn. KRU having a field day now as Ethan enters in, only to fall. 7 seconds left. MW in some trouble, still plants the spike. Scoop on the stinger, dancing around. Into the clutch now. He's been spotted and shut out. That's 3 in a row for KRU.
That round was so difficult for KRU to navigate. The Insta-Viper's pit, the amount of util anchoring on both sides. But you have to give credit to Dante here. This was pandemonium with the stuns back and forth, but he sidesteps as that stun comes in, slides back through it. That offsets Mata a little bit, gets in his ultimate, and then he breaks through the chaos.
And in the midst of all of that too, has that very quick turn of a Vice flash as well. If that catches him while he's stunned, that kill doesn't come down either.
Such a good sequence. With their loss bonus, NRG still have weapons.
Wow, let's just step straight into the snake bite to break a haunt.
He has not respected them at all, Forte.
It's unbelievable. And what it does is it sees that the Neons on that side of the map see so much for KRU. To go and try and break the wall on C.
Neither of them have actually baited that wall out.
I believe
the
they
Omen
did,
TP just did.
First attempt failed, so the second one had to be called in.
But look at Mata. Posted very aggressively on A.
I'm just not sure how this works because MW is coming. They have a perfect read on it. Mata does escape. Counters with a bolt.
I mean, even with util, it's a judge. Still scary.
Yeah, Mata's not fooling anyone with that position.
That's bot time. 50 seconds. KRU are still re-clearing back towards A.
KRU's lurking has been elite on this half. But NRG have the trap ready to go. That Haunt seeing something though, pulls Kiko away. No paranoia primed.
But that's just him jiggling, policing back towards B. He's still in position, reading a C hit with his paranoia.
25 seconds left, and still layers remain for KRU. The spike is heading back into A as this hit goes down on C. But A is now so important for KRU. This spike could still fall. 19 HP, and Les turns around to get that kill on towards Mata, so KRU are able to open it up. Now Ethan steps in and finds the spike. The IGL just needs to stay alive. There's not enough time to actually go back and plant this spike. As the tether comes down to Ethan must live. He cannot. The IGL on the other side will tear him down.
What a crazy round. KRU again working the entire map at once. Les lurking in, calling with 20 seconds left to go back. And there was 2 moments where this could have turned disastrous. Mata, a chance to drop the spike. Ethan capitalizing off his opportunity, but look how fast the rest of the team realized. Sadaki's full sprinting in. They knew the win condition was the kill. And Ethan just had nowhere to run. I don't think in the chaos he knew how many players were on the other side. Didn't feel comfortable fighting into A.
Hardly a moment to breathe now for NRG with their backs against the wall, trailing by 3 rounds. KRU have slowed down the clock just a little bit, letting Sadak move on to this high position, but KRU had a great read on where NRG were looking for the fight.
NRG's theme of this half has been embed a forward A player and stack the other side. This time, it's aggression on C, on B, to hold forward angles for the more passive A setup alongside the Vise.
Mata's one tricking of the shotgun continues on B, but KRU are headed into the stack. A scouting ultimate into tree. Sadak's gonna stick that one and set up for Dante to come through this door. NRG isolate the duelist with the wall. Dante into the site now. And Dante will fall. NRG have found there too. Ethan into the corner is out of the equation. As KRU, now with 40 seconds left, pivot back into Mata.
That's a judge.
The judge waiting to deliver his verdict. Down in the bottom, there goes Mata. Only leaves 1 left for KRU. It'll be less now, into the 1-on-3 for the map. He pulls up the pit. Has a lot of territory to play with now. He's gonna let the pit fall. What a choice. Player still decayed, one out in the open. Les sees the first, needed that kill. Now Scuba has a chance to just sink this defuse. Doesn't even matter if Les is gonna get these kills because the spike is done for. NRG on to 10.
This team is so hard to put down. If you've watched them in international events, if you've watched them here in Americas, you know more than anyone else, they win the close games. They push back, and this run is such a good example. It's such a good change up from them. Going more aggressive on these other sides, putting their forward embed on C instead of A, and actually winning out in the chaos of the team fight. I think their investment in shotguns, both on Mata and on Brock, has been huge for them. When you play back, when it's a chaotic fight, those things rip.
We're gonna see another one right here. Mata's judge.
Go, go, go!
Pushed back into the corner for now. There could be a fight right here. Scuba thanking his counting his lucky stars that he's still alive.
It's been a lot of outlaw purchase, but NRG's been respecting it. Full armor on everyone but Mata.
Wow, Kiko having a few different ways to try and escape there. But keep your eyes on KRU, back on that A side over on Switch. Les has the forward position.
Bring them down.
Now Prowler catches players from B.
And again, it's a weaker C site setup from NRG. They're expecting this to be a late finish into B or A. Willing to play retake elsewhere. And again, KRU are putting pressure on one side, faking
That's
out
two
a
players
little.
seen. Two players seen on the Omen ult. Let's NRG stick around, but the spike has left from KRU. On the other side, the lurking Neon might have opened something up.
Yeah, this is the right read. But Les is staying.
30
Yeah,
seconds left.
catch the players rotating off the site. See what he can do. He is right in the middle of 4. And no one knows yet. Scuba spots him. How much can Les find? It'll be nothing against Mata.
That's a win condition for NRG. Now, the lurk isn't a factor. You have an advantage in your retake. But a steel guard in for Silence. He needs to live and get value.
I don't know if he can actually live. He tucks back into the corner. One bullet in the Outlaw. The Steel Garden comes out. That is going to be his last breath if NRG close in on him. They've actually let him play this one out. NRG are taking their time. They know they can't come back in with the pistols. What it means for KRU, setting up perfectly into this post plan, mowing them down in Waterfall. Only 3 alive for NRG.
Gotta go!
Mata got the first. There's so much left to do. KRU stand strong and take map 1.
A great conversion on their map pick. That attack side got off to a rough.
An 0-2 start would be pretty devastating for them, all things considered.
It's a tough group that they are in here. Going down 0-2, even for the world champs. It's risky. It's fast to start though. Up ramp for NRG.
Yeah, Mata all the way through the wall.
He's still going.
What is going on? KRU doing very nicely there. 2 kills out of MW's era.
I think the Mata just slid past the face of like 3 different players that
Yeah,
round.
he went in and out, is kind of doing something like what Dante was doing there. I guess the round's over, Mimi.
Yeah, I really thought that they were going to freeze once they took ramp control and then, you know, go back to the NRG thing, get your embed. Nah.
That's for the
Full send.
thinking man in Valorant to do.
This wasn't it. The Molly from Viper here got so much value. Normally you're expecting her to be playing B Heaven to be able to molly towards B main in a lot of these rounds, but instead, I think she started vents and was fast to rotate over and get that molly down, which cooked that fight.
Already into round 2, and it will be light armor Bucky for Mata once again. Judge answered on the other side. I do like that our Neons seem to be finding each other pretty consistently, and Dante again good for it. Quick kill and a reposition. Actually hanging out here. Uh-huh. You want another one?
Go fish. I don't think anyone else is gonna. Well, actually, I say that as Ethan pops shows up.
It's time for Dante to go for another one. Oh, try and hit him. You can't. Oh, dear. Ethan still gets it at the end.
One enemy remaining.
The Les will be there to claim 2 of his own. I guess for NRG, it's the little things.
I feel like I was watching like a rabbit hunt with him and that Bucky, trying to actually get the pick. Crew clean it up really easy. Will they recover the Judge? Nah, stick to the Spectre instead. But a nice conversion. So NRG has shown us 2 very fast rounds. Of course, one was just on the ego with the shotgun. You expect that. And I do think this comp succeeds at least starting with fast ideas. And if you get a pick, if you get space, you can follow through off of that and just turn it into a very fast execute. Or you can always freeze, reset towards the map. Yeah, we'll watch this.
There's something awesome about you, like, yeah, this is how you can play the macro of the map, and then you just have like 4 people jumping around, sliding around.
Talking about the future.
Right.
And well, it's not too different to start.
They're still jumping around, sliding around, running around, and dropping down. Mata gets dinked a little bit. Hold on a second. Crew have pushed all the way through B main now. With the Judge, though, hard to take that fight. Les claimed 1 out from Male.
Man, they're so aggressive on extremities. Willing to just push up alone.
I think it comes after seeing that whole last map, really, where NRG were grouped up as 5 the majority of rounds.
And I think that did bite them on Lotus. A lot of these rounds where Crew was solo pushing through other sides and had these very fast condenses. That's just talking about it, where they're pushing through on flanks and pinching together on these retakes.
Unfortunately, it's tough to make this position valuable with just a shotgun and a sheriff for Sadak.
If they go to clear you, it becomes valuable.
Yeah, but now at this point, he's taken down low. They do have to be worried about that angle. Now it becomes a timing game for Crew. Rest of the team needs to put some pressure down onto NRG from the other front, or Sadak can do anything.
NRG lost a lot of post plants in their game versus Furia.
Wow, but look how proactive they get. 2 players stepping into back hall after the tether catches 1 in heaven.
And after contact, they can then push back with these Vice Thorns to be the next bit of stall.
Crew got a ping. They know the fight was going deep back towards their spawn. That information doesn't do them really any favors, though. So NRG get themselves into a beautiful post-plant position, and Ethan claims 3.
Crew go for a, let's call it bold play with that early walk down mid. I think they probably thought that NRG was going to go something like that A-ramp default that they showed in the first round, and they'd have a chance to walk up and maybe catch that mid-player jiggling. Instead, it was very heavy setup. There was a crossfire on both sides, and well, Dante died for pretty much nothing. Once that weapon was gone, it's a matter of condensing into the site for NRG. Ethan feeling it a little, that 3K.
Yeah, just 1 off of the Nightfall now. See if he can play for this early orb in B main. Sadak a little bit deeper on the line. Just has his crosshair ready for the jump peak. But he's not going to be able to stick around for too much longer. Mata was testing to see where a wall might be, perhaps. But interesting that Brock throws down the Vise wall in B main. He was doing this with the deadlock, where he throw down sensors in a similar way to spot out a reclear.
It is a slightly bigger investment when you just have that 1 wall. Means they won't have to worry about it. Instead, work back towards mid. There's a Judge here. Dante has a stun.
NRG are noisy moving through. What's going on here?
Great spam from Brock. That could have gone so much worse.
Good job holding his teammates back. NRG have pumped the brakes.
Okay, 50 seconds. NRG take mid control.
Interesting that Crew have control of both heavens. 2 players over towards A.
Yeah, and they still have Vice Util to stall out, but with that earlier jump peek from Mata, I think NRG know that B is the weak site, that it doesn't have that sense of util.
That's the thing, right? You've already got Silence that's rotated back into B after seeing the Prowler.
Sure, but at least you're not hitting into Thorns.
But you are hitting just through main. No more presence in
20
mid.
seconds.
And there is a paranoia for Sadak. If he spots this, if he has time to pull out the paranoia, which he does, this could be devastating. Mata tries to come into the site regardless as Sadak considers where he's going to teleport to. Silence out from above, keeps his teammate alive. And Sadak has dug in his heels. Crew have arrived into the fight and there's no time to plant the spike. Brilliant work out from Sadak and Silence locking it down.
He was alone on this site to start, but does so much as his teammate comes in from heaven. I love the way he was positioning there, playing off his win conditions to perfection. Gets this initial paranoia, which lets Silence fight out and get these 2. And then tugs back. Just buys time as the NRG players desperately try and race to the site. That is a round that will haunt NRG.
And it comes after Sadok dominated back on Lotus. Now is another major round early in the day on Split.
Cover going out.
Face your fear!
Makes you think twice about B, except Mata is going straight into it, right into the waiting arms of Dante. Dante, unable to be dislodged. Les has stepped right back into the same spot. KRU already have 4 players on this side of the map, and that comes after the ultimate was thrown willy-nilly into it. Les out into the corner, lines him up. Good God, man. He's unleashed. Looking for a little bit more and has given Ethan a chance now with 2 of his own.
Still, Ethan was knocked down to 1 HP, and Sadok, this constant thorn in the side of NRG. Just make noise on the drop down, but he wins it. Okay.
Doesn't
What a
matter if you
beast.
know where he is when his name's Sadok. He's still going to get the best of you.
Yeah, this guy is sick. What a day he's having. The other IGL in a worse position.
Tough for Ethan to figure out what to do in these rounds when Sadok is locking it down on B like this, because B, in theory, is a little bit lighter with the Vise set up going towards A round after round.
30 seconds left.
This comp excels at getting pressure forward, creating chaos, and then either converting off of that or resetting back. And thus far, every time Mata's going for a forward dive, he's just getting shut down. 0-5 to start. This NRG's been pretty much constantly playing from a disadvantage in these late rounds.
Talk about a disadvantage. 1v3 with 4 HP. Ethan's lucky to get the plant. And I mean, honestly, good for him. He used the Nightfall and already halfway back to getting it again off of those kills and the spike plant.
I don't think KRU will be too sad about that one, though.
Definitely not. Trying to extend this lead 4-1.
Yeah, they've had a really good hold on mid throughout this one. And here with this refight from Dante, stunning onto Mata after he pushes, and then...
Oh, the lineup.
That's just nasty from Les. In earlier rounds, it was a similar theme, right? Where you saw the Neon sliding in, Ethan tries to TP up, and then it's that same refight with the stun, with the slide. I like that KRU aren't trying to necessarily hard hold that space, but instead...
On Lotus, even when those brawls were going close, it was at least even for them. A different story to start off Split so far.
NRG this round, just a hero Bucky on Mata.
I don't know, can we call that a hero gun?
Yeah.
It's more of a sidekick gun.
Okay.
You know? If we got
give
the
you
full
that.
judge, maybe we give him the credit, but it can still be worthwhile in the hands of a Neon. Judge on the other side, though, says, yeah.
This gun is just so disgusting right now.
City's
Sitting
not
on a
big
rope.
enough for the 2 of us.
I would be interesting to see from the player who died's perspective.
But it's kind of what I was talking about before, where when you have no armor or light armor, the judge is an operator. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. Okay, we're just gonna cut the tape, move on to the next round. It's not worth watching again.
No, I want to see it.
No. Don't do it to him.
It is truly gross what Dante's getting away with.
And we're doing it to
Only
him.
his head is showing. You jiggle for a second, you're dead.
What about this last kill? What do you have to say about this?
What do I have to say about this? That's a great thing to say. I don't have anything more to add.
I love how he lands exactly in the right position. Okay.
WWE looking kill.
Oh, the A side of the map exists.
It does.
That's news to me. Haven't seen that since NRG on the pistol round, but surprise! Dante's home! Just gonna throw up that wall. Carve an escape path for him.
It's the same theme again. NRG go for a dive. Dante's there with the stun. He kills Mata. And then NRG is in this same spot. Oh, we're in a 3-on-5. We're in a 2-on-5 after Ethan gets... 1v5.
I mean, I would love to just find out what the head-to-head is just between Dante and Mata.
I think it's grim right now.
I mean, it's bad, right? Like, Mata's died every round, but I think the fact is that Dante has been in the right positions consistently. You think even back to, like, Pistol in round 2.
Yep.
Dante has always been in the same place that Mata is trying to dive at the start of rounds.
On the pistol round, he was there. Ramp.
Yeah.
In every round where they went mid, he was there. And here he's ramp as well. And The other problem, whenever you're fighting like this, Sadak is still just on the other side, living his best life, willing to push you and go aggressive at his whim.
But I think it's easy to say it's like, okay, it's a mismatch in terms of the one-on-one, but the fact that KRU have the read every round, and again, by the way, our Neon is in mid. Where is Mata going? It's mid.
Go, go, go.
It's crazy that Sadak just has it this locked in.
Slower start from NRG, but again they lose the opener. That's just spam from Dante.
Madness. Dante gets his kill, abandons
Saw
vents.
Kiko as well.
Yeah. I like that, right? You get the kill in mid, then reclaim some space into ramps. Here goes Mata, though. Oh no! The shorty even beats the judge. Mata still empty-handed. As Dante now shows up, was just on A, now is in your walls.
If you're NRG, you feel like he is literally everywhere. He started in mid, he's pressuring A, he's back to fight you in heaven. He's trying to beat your shadow.
It's Groundhog Day for NRG in more ways than one. Just reliving these rounds. Same way. And again, find themselves in a late round,
And again,
down significant numbers.
Sadak in B main.
It's like we just never have any control on the map, ever.
30 seconds left.
Look at him, laughing, smiling, round's not even done yet. Here comes Dante.
Rips the ultimate because, hey, why not?
Yeah, fun fact, NRG, you're not actually allowed to plant the spike.
Yeah, I love that KRU just hit that button. NRG freak out.
Player standing.
And then even still delay the entrance for just a moment. Scuba secures a couple, but this is now 7-1 for KRU. It's a blowout.
And just look at their reactions. Look at the demeanor from KRU right now. We aired this morning that tweet from Sadak that he said he was nervous going into their first match. That he wanted the world to see what the team had been working on. That, you know, maybe wait on him a little, not being able to be there for kickoff, not being able to show off the hard work of this squad. But not only did they do it last week, they're showing up here against one of the most respected opponents in our league.
The world champs at risk of dropping 0-2 this year. If something's going to change, it's going to have to come in the setup around these early fights. NRG cannot afford to continue losing them.
He's gotten too many kills with that spam this time. Dante will be denied it, and finally, Mata actually gets space.
Yeah, the utility
unfettered.
is good. Forces Dante all the way back, but him not sticking around means it's still an even number game. A Nightfall actually catches, and they have to know that Mata is down here now. Prowler gives them exact information. NRG playing through mid, a leg spotted. Now Scuba on the lurk. That's his kill, that's his two. All of a sudden, Mata up into heaven. NRG advancing, but NRG don't have the spike. They're gonna have to go back and pick that up with an Omen ult or something. And it means that this round comes to a screeching halt. Spike finally secured, and now Sadak falls down too. NRG do have this site. Unless Silence can pull something off. Covered up by the smoke for now.
30 seconds left.
Will fall away.
If nothing else, doing damage is big here for KRU.
Spike planted.
NRG have all the entrances locked down for now. Scuba way back in spawn even.
You really want this round to be won cleanly for NRG. Start building something in this map.
Toxins going up.
So Silence is just gonna wait, catch these players on the retreat. See if they can stop NRG from building this back together. That's one nice shot.
Toxin screen down.
But won't make a world of difference at the end of the day. NRG are safe enough to get on out of there with the 4 guns, even upgrading off of the judge. Can maybe try to gain something back here to close out the half.
Yeah, very different theme there. NRG, I don't think it was a hugely different approach to the round, but it was a little more reserved, right, in the way that they actually fought for mid. They put that initial pressure, then refought with utility, and that time KRU had to respect it, had to back up. And that opened the door for KRU to do the thing they've been doing all half, which is go aggressive on extremities. And NRG got that punish from Scuba.
Yeah, that's the big payoff for me, is actually having some element of map control through a lurk. And payoff. Now NRG, ready for a ramp dive. Paranoia.
He is here again.
To catch these two players, but the utility has changed. The utility is now hitting from NRG. That is the major difference. Kiko sent back. No more teleport into heaven, yet Mata still waiting on the other side of this wall. Stalled for now, and KRU have all 5 players on the proper side of the map. Mata sending himself all the way in, actually turns it back around as the ping out comes on to his teammates. KRU have stalled this for now.
Luckily for NRG, KRU did not push through on an extremity this time. But they're sticking to their guns. Just go back to contain mid, trust the wall on B.
Yeah, this is where I'm nervous though.
The thing is that, yes, the Yuto was good from NRG, but Dante used none of his. He has everything to refight off the next approach.
NRG are just going to try and bank off of some ultimates, it seems, to hit this site. Silence is in a tough position. It's up to Dante and MW to try and get in here and help him out. Silence getting pushed back into the corner, but MW has arrived. The wall wasn't even up. Players out in the open. Silence gets his on site. Tries to lock it down as Dante steps into the fight. Time to adapt, trying to do something. Dante is here sliding forward, shut out of it. 25 seconds left to go. It's a 2-on-2 now. As the pit comes in and Ethan locks down the heaven. A drop from Les. Getting ready for the swing. Les is here, and Scuba comes in from the same spot to take another.
Close to disaster for NRG. But Scuba gets the trade. And now a couple rounds built up in a row. Again, a better early approach here from NRG. They get the pressure and ramp. KRU flashed off this time, despite being in the right place, could not fight back in. I think the player that really won it was Ethan, playing on that side, getting the punish on the player, swinging heaven as the pit went up. I think the round has a very different flavor if he doesn't find that.
Absolutely.
He's really been a light spot for them this game.
Well, NRG move back to a 1-3-1 for now. No chances to sprint through this pit in mid just yet. That creates an interesting problem that NRG need to solve. There's another Prowler if they want to move in, and that will be committed. No information gained. Dante in front of the stun. Dante into the corner, and the shorty delivers one. Now Les steps into it as well. KRU are so active inside the pit.
That hop was so good from Dante. He just jumped past the stun and got the shorty in. Time for the kill.
But look at B main. Brock is up out of the opening. Might have found a pathway for a post plant as KRU just keep marching down through mid. This is crazy how many times KRU have pushed through either mid or B main.
The key is, though, they've kept CT control, they've kept heaven control, they're getting B main control. This is a full pinch. NRG have to break out.
Kiko needs something here, but he won't find it on the other side. Silence also waiting. Sends Brock right back into Les. KRU have players everywhere. NRG feel overwhelmed, getting swarmed. And now Scuba feeling that breath on the back of his neck as well. Takes the off angle. Tries to hold it down, but it just won't matter. Les secures 3 kills into the round and stops this half from getting back into control for NRG.
And while NRG was starting to get control, well, they found the stall. It's back to the same issues again with Dante. Look at him there, that hop over the stun. The shorty in position to punish Mata. That's a pretty bold play to try and just disrespect that pit and get a kill. And that's the thing about playing Neon. When you're in those positions, if you do not get the entry, there is never going to be someone to trade you. This is a character that absolutely relies on winning that first pick. And thus far, it has been Dante dominating in that department.
Tough map for Mata. Chance to redeem onto potentially weak B site. There goes Mata. Already into the back site. Quick escape out from Sonic as Les drops down and Ethan finds him. Dante into it as well as he's shut down through a smoke. This is a good entry out of NRG. Collecting on the first kills. That's Mata's first. Gets it at the end of the half, and the crowd is going wild for it too. Hold your breath. Silence has arrived into the fight. It's a 2-on-2. That kill might not amount to much as a Seize keeps Brock at bay. KRU tease their way back in. Silence waiting for it. There is Brock. And now in the clutch, Mata will need another to take this round. He can't let this game slip away. A must-win round for NRG and for the Duelist. Playing Ring Around the Rosie, playing the gaming of time. And that'll be it for Mata. Making that noise, he shut down. Is there time? I don't think so. I think Mata has done enough. He wins the round for NRG to close the half.
This was such a bad half for NRG. He got his first kill in round 12, but 4 makes it winnable. 4 gives a chance to this team. KRU again, such a brutal team to deal with. Silence did a hell of a job to make that round possible.
1 in 12, bro. I'll take it.
It's a low bar, but you know what? He got the round win.
Yeah, you can only go up from there.
You can only go up from there. More to come after half.
Absolutely dominant. Could be better. Dante diffing Mata consistently. But it's not done yet. NRG, they win more comebacks than pretty much anyone else.
Now have to lock it down on defense. Opening duels is something we were tracking really heavily in the first half between our Neons. And interestingly, Mata has found himself in the right position for it. Now on the defending side.
It's definitely a bit easier to be the Neon on defense, but
there's no escape
still,
plan,
Dante's
though.
scary.
Here we go. Those shots go wide. Oh no, Mata's out. Dante gets his mark.
That was the most honorable duel to start the round. Shorty's on both sides, but Dante's better. Re-clear is good, though.
That was pretty. Scuba shot. Oh my god, I thought Dante had both for a second. Kiko controls the lurk on B. Player on A now seen by NRG. Ethan's down a little bit low in mid. A nice dink onto Les. Makes this one a little bit too far-fetched. A big pistol to win.
There's a diverging timeline where another pellet hits on that second shorty blast. And it's a 2-on-2 and KRU maybe wins it. Instead, there's NRG playing heads up. I mean, this was just pandemonium. Dante's movement is so good. How do you hit that?
I like that.
I don't know.
Just completely halting his momentum. You can see Mata's crosshair when we were watching it, overshooting that Neon on the second shot.
I've been shotgunned every single round, bro. Every single round.
Dude, that's what we're saying.
Says the man who's bought a shotgun every single round himself.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Shotgun's broken. Don't check my inventory. KRU now on the pistols. They can control this orb.
And, you know, it took a little different direction than how KRU is playing it, but it's the same idea there for NRG, right? You give that initial bit of space, and then you have a great play set up to re-fight back in. Get those trades. Something I'm looking to see throughout this half from them.
NRG's spam game is crazy. Always hit the boxes. Now the Ares tracking through the wall. Nice little slide and glide out of Dante. Not even with the shotgun. That's just with the classic in hand. Now Mata for another one. This is getting a little bit silly here. Los Angeles loving it for now. As you're right, Mimi, it does get better.
Yeah, I doubled the skills. Pretty great.
And somehow, NRG are within 2 rounds.
That feels crazy, given how bad this game was going for them.
Yeah, and it's not like they've just crushed both pistols. No, the pistols have been traded evenly.
Give me ecos!
He got some.
Shows you how effective, how strong this team is when your duelists having an off day. You can still keep it so competitive.
They have a mentality to never let that affect them. It's even Mata joking about it in the comms.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Kiko left that gap there, so he could go for the jiggle. Just laid out by him.
And his silence quick. KRU have a gap of their own on that left side. Instead, having this orb allow you to scale into vents and punish a player set up there.
Yeah, a lot of teams have gotten more creative over the years on Split of how to use these early smokes in B main and in mid to give yourself some more favorable angles. But now NRG have no way of actually locking down B main with a smoke anymore. Fast lane comes in. Dante takes his time as the Thorns a problem. And without the smoke, Scuba actually loving his life there. The slide in from Dante, but NRG were waiting for it firmly. Chance as Silence collects a couple of kills. Approach on the opposite side of Pillar. Nice turn out from Brock, and Mata will finish off another round.
That's a bonus round 1 for NRG, and the gap now narrows to 1.
And NRG aren't a team that's going for the FPX buys or anything like this.
No.
It's real bonus rounds from them.
I mean, look at the weapons they had. That's a stinger kill at range. A couple Guardians doing work as well.
Yeah, we're tracking a Neon with a Guardian. That's not easy.
Yeah. But a really great hold from them.
Nice!
And I mean, those are the rounds that they have been losing. Those chaotic team fights where it's a brawl on the site here. NRG really lock it down. Thrive in that moment.
Mata's had enough of the shotgun. It's time to farm here with the Outlaw on the anti-eco. Sonic low HP just tracks him, man! Mata just wanted to have some fun. Enjoy his time. It's actually Brock who's gonna be mowing him down on the Odin.
For a guy who loves playing the scope, this is a bad composition, a bad meta to play it into with the amount of smokes, with the amount of Neon play. Without a real escape mechanism. Sonic's picked up that Outlaw.
Hello, sees the barrel, doesn't quite matter. On the stinger though, MW turns it into 2.
You can't.
It's an even round.
You can't do this.
It's an even round now. MW has a Phantom this fight in heaven. No, don't take out your util, Ethan! We can't be letting that happen. Brock now must retake, and not even with his signature weapon. To win the Thrifty, Silence jams it up. Stalls Brock for a moment. Flash play, so Brock knows exactly where Silence should be. That clock is ticking, though. Brock is real slow on the re-clear. Out into the open, Silence just faces him down. But this plant is good. There's just not enough time for this, pulling Brock away from the spike. Brock didn't leave himself enough time to play the round. The Steel Garden collected this round for KRU out of nowhere.
That is an absolute disaster for NRG. KRU stole that round away, and it all starts at the beginning. The haunt into the spam to pick up the Outlaw. Then it's Sirak going into main, knocks 2 players onto 10 HP. They still try to play for a crossfire. But you can see the pivotal moment there, right? Both those players low. Scuba whiffs a little, and without any health, no margin for error. And then this heartbreaking moment from Ethan. Really great work from Silence. Making that play to fight towards heaven. And holding on to control.
Smokes exchanged at the start of the round, but KRU are already in front of the B main. Don't know if they heard Kiko. Kiko is none the wiser. Just quick into the site, our KRU. Couple of teleports to instantly get into backhaul. See how far forward Sadak has planted himself.
But look at this lurk still from Silence. Holding it down in mid. Ready to re-push, and Sadak aggressive. They have to use util to try and chew him away from spawn. That chews even more time.
That means there's less to use on the site. The Steel Garden used so shallowly, it doesn't hit anyone. Nightfall only catches the 1 player in backside. What can Mata give us? Judge in hand, he's down low. The tethers, no one on NRG can actually play off of it. The counter util from KRU has stalled this out beautifully. NRG just stuck into the corner. Ethan will get his first. But when are they going for it? Are they even? They're calling for the save. NRG with 4 alive. Even numbers on the retake want nothing to do with KRU.
Poison's off.
KRU now to double digits off that round. And the way that it happened, KRU KRU getting that entry early on. It's often going to be Kiko alone on B jiggling. And it's the second time this half he's been caught. The first by Silence on a lurk, the second here from Dante on the Neon. Expecting that corner, getting the pick. And when you're tasked with retaking into this team that is not only a little better job of creating more threats, that round though, that was just straight up an anchor getting picked. And that kind of thing cannot be happening when you're playing light sites like this.
Out of the timeout, KRU, 5 players on to A. Early Odin spam from Brock, but he's pushed back now up into heaven. Ethan plays right down the center of the fast lane, still alive. With Mata in the corner, spammed away. Silence has the perfect read. It is only Brock, and it's not even for that long. KRU just ran over this site.
This team's a nightmare to play against. The Neon's running you down, creating the most pressure in the world. And then Silence is so heads up. An attempt from Scuba.
Oh no, the timing of the smoke blooming stops Scuba from seeing anything.
Kiko has no chance. He already knows it. Backs away on 15 health.
And somehow this save feels even worse than the last round. Only 1 gun carried over. KRU moving on to 11. Look, NRG have been in big pressure situations before, and granted it's just week 2 here in Americas. But we've seen teams in previous years fall down early on and just be punished brutally by how condensed our season is, right?
Yes.
You lose 2 games, all of a sudden, you're now in a situation where you're fighting for your playoffs life, and you're not even gonna get to do that with the benefit of a gun carried over now.
And remember, 3rd place in Santiago, doing well in Masters 1, does not guarantee you anything for Masters 2. Your ticket to London relies on how you play in this tournament. And right now, KRU is playing a hell of a lot better. It's been a long time since Sodak, since Les have been back to a global event. They want that so bad. They want to show that it was worth the wait, worth not having this team here in kickoff to show out in stage 1.
Quick fight from NRG. Paranoia is out. Mata, though, got tethered up and pushed away. And now back in spawn of all things, there's an ult from Kiko. It seems NRG just trying to swarm down the map, take back all control in the game. Settles down a bit. Sodak finding one of his own. But the spot Mata has wedged himself into. Really just squeezes down on where NRG can, or where KRU can go from here.
NRG got ran over when they played back. They make the play this time, but that's a judge.
Spike down.
Your only healthy player is now dead.
It was a cool look from NRG. The question is, how easy is that to replicate? How many other ideas do they have? You can try to run people down from different angles in the future, but KRU going to be poised for it now, you'd have to expect, as Scuba holds the line.
And I think in both halves where the problem has been is when NRG is playing back, when they're getting fought into. KRU is just so good at winning those team fights. So I think trying to take the initiative is good, but the struggle is that this is a map where it's really hard to find those kinds of plays. You have to commit so heavily to fight into mains. And unless they're like all there, it's a map where it's pretty easy to back away and shy from that aggressive play and just exit the other side. Mid though, it's a bit easier to make your plays here. With the Viper's Pit and Mata spamming forward off of it, that'll lock down this avenue of approach.
Yeah, they want to put down that covering fire to make sure Scuba's safe to use that. It means they have quick rotates through mid always, and that's going to be very helpful to support Kiko on site. This time Kiko playing very passive with the Paranoia. Falls away for the time being, but it looks like NRG want to drop on in. Brock is there on site. Shoulder on the wand. Dante heads him, sends him straight packing. Now sliding forward. Scuba will get one, dropping down. NRG get another. It's mayhem on the B site.
The coverage there was so good to get Mata out.
Silence is up. Pushes onto the line. Sees the shoulder, good for it too. And slips away. Strange looking wall that ends up coming out, but it doesn't quite matter.
One Prowler, no Paranoia. It's so hard to get past this scope.
Could be waiting for another cover. No. Sees, catches on to 2 as Ethan drops in.
Welcome to my world.
And the pit as well. Crew want to make sure this round goes their way. And Les has found the right corner to play on. Silence is there. Crew are 1 away from shutting down NRG.
Crew are abusing the anchors here. And this is rough from NRG. You see that KRU managed to get out, but his teammates are flooding in to try and help him at that same time. But there weren't just enough bodies behind it to actually punish. They were fighting forward into what was already a Viper Molly, which was already a Neon fought up. And that fight's just too good for Crew.
4 in a row necessary for NRG. And all they can afford for Mata is a Bucky. It's a fight up in A main. Mata took 1 shot. Decided better of it. Crew, they just mow down Ethan through the box. Oh no. NRG sent scattering as they've lost full control of Heaven, full control of mid. At this point, Crew could strike from just about anywhere.
Look at Les. Been left on such a deep embed.
That is a ridiculous position to be in. That spot never gets cleared.
No, did NRG want to re-clear? Just a matter of when.
And he hears them all up in Heaven too. There's 3 players just waiting for him. They've all moved past him now too. He's gonna see them all when the wall comes down. Only knows about the first one, and Mata will try to do something on the other side, but there's just too much in his way. Crew have brought it all the way down to 1.
Spike planted.
Kiko on the other side of it. Crew Visa came into stage 1 after missing kickoff to an electric start. Crescendals in week 1 and dismantle NRG in week 2. A flawless start for Crew.
This was